This is Cheyenne, a 29-year-old African-American woman who solo travels the world. And she currently lives in the country of Egypt. Not only is she giving us a full tour of her place, she's also promised to reveal if moving to Egypt as a black woman was a good idea. So, it's all over the internet. Egypt is horrible for women, especially black ones. Do you regret moving here?
Egyptians probably won't like my answer, but...
Yo, what's up?
Hey, come on in.
So this right here is like the lobby?
Yeah, this is just the first floor.
Got you. And then what about this gigantic box right here?
This is actually the elevator, but I'll show you that when we go up to the roof.
Sounds exciting.
And if you look to the right, this is actually my doorbell.
Let me test this joint out. Okay, little bird sound.
I don't know what it is, but every door in Egypt literally has that same sound. Right here is actually where I keep most of my shoes, and then here is actually where I keep the Wi-Fi router. And even though this place did come fully furnished, it actually did not come with the Wi-Fi router, so that was something that I had to buy and install.
And just from my personal experience, out of the 5 places I rented here in Egypt, only 2 came with Wi-Fi routers pre-installed. So if you remember, like, how much did you spend to like get this whole thing set up?
So to get the Wi-Fi router and the service set up, it was around 2,100 pounds, which in today's conversion is around 41 USD.
And what about like your monthly bill?
That is around 420 Egyptian pounds, which totals out to around a little under $9.
Got you.
Right above the Wi-Fi router is the AC. But right now, I don't even use that because it is winter in Egypt. And yes, it gets cold in Egypt, so much so that I actually have to buy a heater.
But when the summer hits, you definitely want to have that AC.
And then coming out of the entryway to our left is actually the seating area. And if I'm being honest, I do not take full advantage of it. I am either sitting in my bed or in my office chair.
Okay, so you told me this place came fully furnished, right?
Right, so most of the stuff that you actually see in this apartment actually came with the apartment. And the crazy thing about it is when I first jumped on this deal, this place wasn't even finished being built yet. So everything in here is brand new as far as the couch, the stove, the fridge, everything. I'm the first person to have it.
Wow. So how much do you actually pay per month to live here?
So actually at the end of my last lease, they raised my rent from 4,000 to 5,000 Egyptian pounds, which is actually a pretty huge percentage increase. But at the end of the day, it still totals out to around 98 US dollar, which I really can't complain about.
That is crazy. That's someone's phone bill for a fully furnished apartment. So like, there's probably someone out there watching this video who want to find an apartment just like this. Like, what is your advice to them?
My advice to them is to actually pick up a copy of our relocation guide. You actually came to me and I was able to write my very own chapter in that book. So between us, we actually have like 8 years of experience of living abroad. Yeah, so that book, if you pick it up, it teaches you everything you need to know about successfully moving abroad.
Exactly. I have to agree with you, right? Because we've been doing this successfully for quite a few years. And so link to the relocation guide will be in today's video's description. Okay, so right here in front of us, we have the kitchen. I see you got a nice L-shaped countertop.
Yep, I got plenty of space to do what I need to do in the kitchen. Plus, it's only just me and my pet, so I think this is more than enough space. This is my cat, Pop, and this is my dog, Oreo. So I actually have a lot of cabinet space, which I'm very grateful for. These ones are actually my favorite because they open a little different. They open from the bottom up. And then in each cabinet, I keep like my seasonings and my spices in here. This one, I keep like my pet food and like my foil and stuff. This, I put all my dishes, my pots and pans in, and then I have my cleaning supplies in the last one. And then underneath the cool cabinets, we actually have another counter space. The funny thing about this is when I first moved in, they were rushing to get this apartment done. So this was actually not even a full complete counter space. And then under that, I actually have some more cabinets. These, I don't put anything in them. But in every black household, you know what's in this cabinet. The bags. And to the right of the cabinets, we actually have the stove. Now, the stove, if you guys haven't noticed by now, is noticeably smaller than those who are in the US.
Really?
Yes. All the appliances on this side of the world are mostly small. I don't know why.
Speaking of the US, like any plans on going back?
So I am 29 now, and the idea of getting married and having a family has certainly come across my mind.
Okay, and so you think like the US is the best place to do that, right?
Honestly, no, I don't really have an interest in going back. I'm seeing people on TikTok literally crying in their car saying that they're homeless, but somehow they're working 2 jobs. Me, I live here. every month. I barely even notice my rent money coming out of my account. So honestly, I feel like it would be taking a step backwards and going and not really working smart.
Right. Makes sense.
And another thing that I want to add is the mortality rate of Black women dying during childbirth in the US is absolutely ridiculous. And honestly, I think that's by design. And if you somehow survive giving birth to a child, not only are you stuck with a huge hospital bill, but your child is also going to be raised in filth. And something that my brother always says is that America is financially rich, but morally bankrupt.
So it seems like you're pretty happy with the choice you made to leave the US.
100%.
And like, I'm sure many of you guys feel the exact same way. Like, most of the people that we work with are already families, they have children, and they're just tired of the BS that's going on in America, right? And that's why we came together to create the relocation guide to help you guys get out of America quick, fast, and in a hurry, but do it the right way so that you guys don't have to go back to that field once you've cleaned yourself out over on this side of the world. All right.
So moving away from the oven, we actually have the washing machine, and yes, this did come with the place. And next to that is actually the sink.
Now, you showed me the kitchen, but where the heck is the fridge?
All right, so if you haven't noticed, we already maxed out the kitchen. So the fridge is actually over there.
Ah, okay. So you do have a fridge, but it's way outside the kitchen. Wow. Interesting design choice. Now, this office setup has actually caught my attention.
This right here is actually my office / film setup.
Oh, so it's yours, huh?
What are you trying to say?
So I bought all this office equipment for myself, but my marsupience of a sister uses it 90% of the time.
Well, you need to take it up to your house then.
I don't have the room.
All right then, so you need to hush. It's in my apartment, so it's my office.
Anyway, let me give you guys a tour of my office setup. So this right here is the table that I got. Most of the stuff you see, actually I got it from Amazon Egypt. This right here is a little back table that normally has some designs and stuff on there, but I'm actually moving, so I'm taking some of the stuff with me. We have a fake plant just to add some greenery and things like that to this whole office setup. Office chair as well, really comfortable chair. The main reason I bought this setup was because I needed a chair for my back. Then the last thing we have is this light right here, which is what I normally use to film my videos. You can see, boom, it's on right now. And if you're wondering what that box right there is, we showed you guys there's a cat that lives here, so that is the cat's litter box. Like we said earlier, right, this apartment is $100 a month, right, $98 to be exact. I'll get emails from people who are like, I have $300 a month, can I live here? I just want to warn you guys, right, like, that's not a good idea. To try to come to another foreign country and live on the bare minimum is just not a good idea. Like, if you're broke, why do you want to stay broke to begin with? Being broke in a foreign country is a lot different than being broke in America, right? In America, you have Section 8, EBT, and WIC, and friends and family. Here, you don't have any of that support, right? And so while me and my sister may live, like my apartment is upstairs from this place, and it's double the rent of this place. However, we live in these places not because we have to, but because we want to, right? It allows us to spend less money on cost of living so we can spend more money doing the things that we love to do, right? In that case, it may be travel. For me, it's generally business, right? But we just have more excess capital at the end of the month to invest and to pour into things that we care about more. So don't get the idea that you should come here with $300 a month and you're gonna live fantastic. I see people go broke all the time trying to do it like that. Okay, this is a word of advice.
And behind this door is actually the bathroom. All right, so this is actually my bathroom. You can actually refer to it as a wet room as well, since there's nothing separating the toilet from the shower. But yeah, it's a pretty basic bathroom. Okay, so this is my bedroom. There's a lot of stuff in here, but this is my room. Right here, we actually have the bed. It's actually 2 large twin mattresses that I actually pushed together to make like a makeshift king size bed. And then across from the bed is actually my dresser mirror combo. So this right here is where I basically do my skincare and my hair. And I have all my little skincare products. I'm just not getting into Korean skincare, so. And then right here we have the nightstand. This actually was in the middle of the 2 beds, but I moved it over here. And this is where I charge up like my devices and stuff most of the time, but my cat actually loves to take naps right here. Or there. It comes with a huge wardrobe, and then I also have my luggage here on the side.
I mean, I know you talked about the U.S. lacking a good quality of life.
Right.
But couldn't the same thing be said around Egypt as well? I mean, like, it's all over the internet that black women are treated like filth in this country.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, I've been to Turkey, to Thailand, to many other different countries. And at the end of the day, I always come back to Egypt. I've been here for a little over 3 years, and honestly, like, nobody's holding me hostage. So when I left America, I left behind everything that I knew. I left my job, my car, my house, my family, my friends, everything. So I say all that to say that if there's a place that I don't want to be or that I don't like, I'm gonna leave. So if Egypt was as bad as everyone says it is, I wouldn't be here. That simple.
But I mean, where there is smoke, there is fire. So you had to have had some experiences of racism or prejudice, right?
I hate to break it to you, but honestly, there's not a place on this earth that you can go that you won't face any problem. But what I think is that you just have to choose what problems you want to deal with, okay? Racism is not something that I necessarily encounter in Egypt, but do I feel like sometimes they try to play me sometimes because I'm a woman? Absolutely. I do like that I can walk on the streets at any time of the night without having a fear of being abducted. I take my dog out at 2, 3 in the morning and I feel completely safe.
Fair enough. Let's check out the rooftop now.
See, I told you we'd use this later. Okay guys, this is the rooftop. Here is me and Oreo. This is usually what we do on a day-to-day basis. But now, since you guys have seen the entire place plus the rooftop, do you guys think that this place is worth $100 a month? Please let us know down in the comments below.
Don't stop here. I have over 4 years of videos on my channel that I know you'll love. Check out the video that I made showing you guys my apartment for $158 per month here in Egypt.